Have your legs started feeling heavier than usual? Do simple things like walking across the room or standing for just a few minutes feel harder than they used to? Maybe your knees ache a little more than before, or maybe the stairs feel longer, steeper, and maybe deep down you've wondered, is this just aging? Or is something else going on? You're not alone. Many people over 60 experience this slow, creeping weakness in their legs. It starts subtly, missing a step, a little wobble, or soreness after standing too long. But over time, these small signs build into something much harder to ignore. And what most people don't realize is that it might not be aging at all. In fact, it could be the very things you're eating, and even the vitamins you're taking, making your legs weaker. Yes, you heard that right. There are two vitamins that most seniors believe are helping their bodies, but could actually be silently sabotaging their legs. You might be taking them right now, with good intentions, of course, thinking they're keeping your bones strong, your muscles fit, your joints healthy. But these two vitamins, when consumed the wrong way, can do the exact opposite. They can strip strength from your legs, leave your muscles shaky, and make every step more difficult. And that's not all. There's more to this picture. A combination of dangerous, everyday foods, inflammation-triggering habits, and supplements that overload your system. Together, they quietly attack your muscles and joints from the inside, day after day. Bite after bite. Pill after pill. That's why I want to welcome you to Senior Fit, where we share life-saving information to help you stay strong, independent, and active well into your golden years. If you care about your health and your future, go ahead and subscribe. We're in this together. Now, if your legs have been feeling weaker lately, if you're noticing soreness after short walks, or stiffness that won't go away, please stay with me, because the answers you're looking for are closer than you think. You see, the human body, especially after 60, becomes incredibly sensitive to what we put in it. The food we eat and the supplements we take can either strengthen or sabotage us. And today, we're diving into the hidden dangers that may be draining your legs of their strength without you even realizing. Let's begin with something we all love: desserts. Yes, those sweet little pleasures that brighten our day. Cookies, cakes, pastries, that slice of pie after dinner. They may seem harmless, comforting even, but after 60, sugar becomes a silent enemy to your legs. You see, refined sugar creates inflammation in the body. That inflammation especially affects the joints and muscles, making them more sensitive, more painful, and more prone to weakness. And there's more sugar interferes with your body's ability to use insulin effectively. This means your muscles can't absorb glucose, their primary fuel, and without enough energy, muscles begin to weaken. That's when you start feeling more tired after walks, more sore after chores. It's not just aging, it's the sugar. Then comes the weight gain. Sugar adds pounds, and every extra pound puts more pressure on your joints, on your knees, your ankles, your hips. That pressure wears them down, day after day, step after step. It's no wonder leg pain and fatigue become more common as sugar creeps into the daily diet. Even worse, sweet treats offer little to no real nutrition. They lack protein, They lack magnesium. They lack what your muscles truly need. What you get instead are empty calories that inflame and weaken your legs. That cookie, that slice of cake, might be costing you strength. You didn't know you were losing. But here's the good news: you don't have to give up dessert forever. You just need to choose better. Fresh fruit with a sprinkle of cinnamon, homemade oat-based treats, natural sweeteners. There are so many ways to satisfy a sweet tooth without sacrificing your legs. Next, let's talk about something. Many of us grew up loving fried foods, crispy, salty, golden, delicious. But after 60 fried foods can be one of the most damaging things for your muscles and joints. That satisfying crunch comes at a cost. Fried foods are full of saturated and trans fats, two of the biggest triggers of inflammation in the body. These fats stiffen your joints and inflame your muscles. They also slow down your blood flow. And when circulation is poor, your muscles don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need. That means more pain, more stiffness, and slower recovery after even the smallest amount of physical effort. Ever felt your legs feel heavier and more bloated after a fried meal? That's not your imagination. That's your body struggling to cope with what you just ate. And it's not just the fats. Fried foods also clog arteries, reduce blood flow to your legs, and rob your muscles of strength. And here's something most people forget. Fried foods have almost no nutritional value, no protein to repair muscles, no vitamins to support joints, just fat oil and inflammation. It's time to make the switch. Bake your chicken instead of frying it. Use an air fryer. Choose grilled vegetables instead of battered sides. Little changes can make a huge difference in how your legs feel each day. Now, let's move on to something that sits on almost every breakfast table: white bread. It's soft, fluffy, and comforting. Toasted, buttered, or made into sandwiches. But white bread is made from refined flour that has been stripped of its nutrients and fiber. It's what we call a fast carb. It breaks down quickly into sugar and causes a spike in blood sugar levels. Then comes the crash. That sugar crash leaves your muscles starving for energy. Over time, it affects your insulin sensitivity, your energy, stability, and your ability to maintain muscle mass. And because white bread is low in protein and nutrients, it does nothing to support your legs. In fact, it may be doing the opposite, contributing to fatigue imbalance and muscle loss. But here's the fix: whole grain bread. Try oats, rye sprouted grains. They release energy more slowly. They help stabilize your blood sugar. And when paired with healthy fats like avocado or protein like eggs, they become a real source of nourishment, not a source of strain. Now, this next one might surprise you: alcohol. A glass of wine, a beer with dinner, a celebration toast. Harmless, right? But for people over 60, alcohol affects the body differently. Your liver processes it more slowly, and the effects linger longer. Alcohol interferes with your ability to absorb essential nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are the building blocks of strong bones and healthy muscles. Without them, your legs suffer. You might feel sore longer, take more time to recover from activity, or experience more cramps, more stiffness, more fatigue. Alcohol also dehydrates the body, which tightens muscles and makes injuries more likely. And on top of that, it adds empty calories. calories that often go straight to the belly and thighs, increasing the load on your lower body. Have you ever woken up after drinking and felt extra tired or achy the next day? That's no coincidence. That's your body asking for a break. The solution: you don't have to give it up entirely. Just be mindful. Drink less often. Hydrate more. And explore delicious non-alcoholic alternatives. So far, we've uncovered 4 major culprits: sugar-fried foods, white bread, and alcohol. And you might already be connecting the dots. The foods you once saw as harmless might actually be causing your legs to feel heavy, sore, or unstable. But we're not done. There are more everyday foods that weaken your muscles. And most shocking of all, we haven't even touched on the 2 vitamins. Yes, vitamins that may be quietly draining your strength. They're coming very soon. And when I reveal them, you may want to head straight to your medicine cabinet. Stay with me. This could change the way you move, feel, and live starting today. Now, let's continue peeling back the curtain, because we're only getting started. There are other foods, common everyday staples that might be sitting in your pantry or refrigerator right now. Foods that seem innocent enough, maybe even convenient, but that slowly erode the strength in your legs over time. Let's talk about something many people rely on for convenience: processed meats. Sausage, bacon, ham, hot dogs, deli meats. They're easy to cook, they're tasty, and they last longer than fresh cuts. But that convenience comes at a steep cost. These meats are packed with sodium and preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites, which are known to cause chronic inflammation. That inflammation doesn't just float around harmlessly. It settles in your joints. It tightens your muscles, and it stiffens your movement. Ever wake up with aching legs or stiff knees that take a few minutes to warm up? That may not be just age. It could be your breakfast, sausage talking. Processed meats are also full of saturated fats, which clog arteries and reduce blood flow to your legs. And where there's poor circulation, there's poor muscle function. Your legs don't get the nutrients or oxygen they need to stay strong and bounce back. Over time, this leads to slow muscle loss, joint deterioration, and eventually a loss of independence. But you're not helpless. You can make the swap. Choose lean, fresh proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, fish, or eggs. These give your muscles what they need without the inflammation, without the damage. Let's move to something that might seem innocent: instant noodles. They're quick, cheap, easy to make, but they are also nutritional disasters. Instant noodles are made from refined flour, soaked in preservatives and flavor enhancers like monosodium glutamate or MSG. And just one bowl can pack more than half of your daily sodium limit. That sodium causes fluid retention, leading to swelling in the legs, puffy ankles, heavier thighs. You know the feeling. And MSG, it doesn't just enhance flavor. It interferes with your nervous system, causing fatigue cramps, and in some cases, tingling or numbness in your limbs. These aren't just side effects. They're signals that your legs are being robbed of vitality. And here's the harsh truth: noodles like these offer almost no fiber, no protein, and no valuable micronutrients. That means your muscles are running on fumes while your body struggles to deal with a chemical overload. So, next time you're tempted by convenience, consider this: real food heals, fast food harms. Now, let's talk about something that smells like childhood and tastes like celebration: store-bought cakes. Pre-packaged, pre-sliced, beautifully frosted cakes. But underneath that sugary smile lies a dangerous mix. Refined sugar, hydrogenated oils, and artificial preservatives. These cakes spike your blood sugar, inflame your tissues, and fill your muscles with fatigue instead of fuel. One ingredient in particular, trans fat, is used to keep those cakes fresh on the shelf. But inside your body, it's doing the opposite. It hardens arteries, limits blood flow, and causes stiffness in your legs. Over time, this contributes to serious mobility loss. And there's more artificial dyes and emulsifiers that don't just make food colorful and smooth. They confuse your immune system and spark inflammation, especially in the joints. Your legs pay the price. But you don't have to give up sweet moments. You can recreate those memories with real ingredients. Whole grain flours, fruit-based sweeteners, healthy fats like olive oil or avocado oil. A slice of homemade goodness can nourish your soul and your legs. Speaking of sneaky ingredients, let's talk about ultra-processed cheese. That gooey, melty, prepackaged slice on your sandwich, or that cheese spread in a jar, may seem harmless. But they're often loaded with sodium-saturated fats and additives like phosphates that interfere with mineral absorption. Your body depends on minerals like calcium and magnesium to keep muscles flexible and strong. But these additives block absorption, causing cramps, spasms, and fatigue. And as circulation slows from the excess sodium, your legs swell and ache more often. It's a slow, silent weakening. So what can you do? Choose better cheese. Try fresh options like ricotta, cottage cheese, or even hard cheeses in moderation. They provide quality protein and fewer additives, keeping your legs light, not heavy. Now picture this a hot day, and you reward yourself with a scoop of ice cream. But not just any ice cream. Store-bought commercial ice cream, packed with sugars, artificial flavors, and saturated fats. It tastes like joy, but it moves like poison. These sugars create a roller coaster in your blood sugar levels, leaving your muscles tired and underfueled. The fats clog your arteries, and the additives ramp up inflammation in your legs. Over time, you may notice tingling numbness or cramps after eating certain treats. That's not coincidence. That's consequence. Your body needs foods that fuel it, not confuse it. Now, let's address a common favorite milk chocolate, especially those cheap sweet bars we grab in the checkout line. They're sweet comforting, even marketed as a mood booster. But most milk chocolates contain very little actual cocoa, the part that has health benefits, and instead are packed with refined sugar and fat. This combination creates a metabolic storm. Blood sugar spikes, insulin resistance rises, and muscle energy plummets. The result? Legs that feel tired before you even start moving. Instead, look for dark chocolate with high cocoa content. In moderation, it can actually help your circulation and reduce inflammation. Yes, chocolate can still be part of your life if you choose wisely. Next, let's look inside your pantry again. Canned foods, whether it's canned soup, canned meats, or even canned vegetables. The problem isn't always the food itself. It's what's added to keep it preserved. Sodium, benzoates, nitrates, all of these contribute to inflammation, swelling, and nutrient depletion. Some even interfere with your body's ability to absorb magnesium and potassium, two minerals critical to muscle strength. And then there's the aluminum lining in some cans, which can build up in the body over time and may impair muscle function. If your legs feel bloated, tired, or crampy, and you're eating canned foods often, there may be a connection. So what's the answer? Go fresh when you can. Or choose frozen vegetables with no added salt. You deserve better fuel for the road ahead. We're almost there. Let's talk about something that hides in many snack cabinets: filled cookies and industrial snacks. They may seem small, harmless, but these treats are often filled with trans fats, artificial dyes, preservatives, and flavor enhancers, all of which create inflammation and disrupt your body's ability to circulate blood and absorb nutrients. The result: muscles that don't get the oxygen they need, joints that ache, and legs that can no longer carry you as freely as they once did. What can you snack on instead? Try almonds, walnuts, fresh fruit, a slice of whole grain toast with almond butter. Your legs will thank you. And before we move into the biggest reveal of all the 2 vitamins that could be hurting your legs, let's briefly return to monosodium glutamate, or MSG. It's in more places than you think: seasoning packets, canned soups, instant noodles, frozen meals, and meat stocks. MSG can interfere with neurotransmitters in your brain, affecting how your muscles contract and relax. It also fuels inflammation and disrupts your energy metabolism. If you're experiencing twitching stiffness or that shaky feeling in your legs, MSG might be part of the reason. Now, you've stayed with me through all of this. You've looked at your diet with new eyes. You've probably identified some culprits, maybe even had a few aha moments. But now, it's time to talk about something even more surprising. 2 vitamins. Yes, vitamins. Things you're probably taking because you were told they're good for you. But when taken in excess, especially after 60, they can quietly do more harm than good. In the next section, we're going to reveal them. And once you know, you'll never look at your supplement routine the same way again. So stay with me, because the truth is moments away. You've made it this far. You've learned how sugar-processed foods and unhealthy fats can slowly steal the strength from your legs. But now, it's time to talk about what most people least expect: vitamins. Yes, vitamin. They're supposed to be good for us, right? We take them to protect our bones, support our eyes, strengthen our immunity, and fill in nutritional gaps. But here's the truth: some vitamins, when taken in excess or without proper balance, can actually do more harm than good, especially after 60. And the first culprit is vitamin A. You might be surprised. Vitamin A is essential for vision, immune function, and skin health, but in high doses, especially from supplements, it can become toxic. This condition is called hypervitaminosis A, and what's one of the earliest signs? Muscle pain and weakness, particularly in the legs and lower back. You might feel achy for no reason. Your legs may feel stiff in the morning or sore after just a short walk. You may struggle to get up from a chair or climb stairs, not because your muscles aren't strong enough, but because they're inflamed. That inflammation often begins deep within the muscle tissue, triggered by excess vitamin A stored in the liver. It creates a chain reaction, disrupting your body's ability to absorb other essential nutrients like magnesium and calcium, both of which are critical for muscle contraction and strength. Without magnesium, your muscles don't relax properly. Without calcium, they don't contract efficiently. The result: cramps, fatigue, that shaky feeling in your legs when you stand too long. And to make matters worse, High levels of vitamin A can interfere with energy production, making your legs feel tired, even when you haven't done much. That constant low-grade fatigue, that sense of sluggishness that's hard to explain, could be caused by a vitamin you thought was helping you. Where does this excess vitamin A come from? Mostly from supplements and fortified foods. Multivitamins, cod liver oil, high-dose vitamin blends. You might be doubling or even tripling the recommended daily amount without knowing it. Now, here's the important part. Your body stores vitamin A in the liver. So, even if you stop taking it today, the effects may linger for weeks or months. That's why it's so important to take only what you need and to get most of your vitamin A from natural sources, like sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. Whole foods give your body what it needs without overwhelming it. So, if you've been feeling unexplained muscle aches or persistent leg weakness, take a look at your supplements. Check the label. If you're getting more than 900 micrograms per day, especially from synthetic forms like retinol, palmitate, or acetate, talk to your doctor about adjusting your dose. Now brace yourself, because the second vitamin may be even more surprising. It's vitamin E. You've probably heard that vitamin E is an antioxidant, that it protects your cells, supports your heart, and helps your skin glow. But there's another side to vitamin E, especially when it's taken in high doses over a long period of time. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it's stored in your body's fat tissues, not flushed out daily like water-soluble vitamins, and when it builds up, it can interfere with blood clotting, affect muscle repair, and weaken your body's ability to recover from physical effort. One of the most concerning effects: impaired muscle strength and increased risk of falls. That's right. Research shows that excess vitamin E supplementation can reduce physical performance in older adults, particularly in the legs. It can slow down how quickly your muscles respond to stress. It can reduce coordination, and it can make injuries take longer to heal. On top of that, excess vitamin E may blunt the benefits of other essential nutrients, including vitamin K, which plays a role in joint health and bone strength. So how does this happen? It often starts with high-dose supplements. Some capsules contain 400 IU or more, which may be several times higher than what your body actually needs. When taken daily for months or years, the vitamin starts working against you, not for you. And the symptoms are sneaky. You might feel a little more tired after walking. You might notice your legs feeling less steady. You might feel more sore after mild activity. And you might chalk it up to age, not realizing that your well-meaning supplement could be slowly draining your mobility. So what should you do? If you're taking vitamin E, check the dose. The recommended daily intake for older adults is around 15 milligrams, or about 22 IU, not 400. And it's best to get your vitamin E from foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocado. These foods deliver vitamin E in a natural, balanced way, alongside other nutrients that support muscle and joint health. Let me be clear, vitamin E itself isn't evil. Neither is vitamin A, but in the wrong form, at the wrong dose, and taken without professional guidance, they can become silent threats to your strength, your balance, and your independence. Now, you may be wondering, what's the takeaway here? Let me break it down. Your leg weakness isn't always just age. It's often the result of inflammation, poor circulation, imbalanced nutrition, and oversupplementation. The foods we eat and the pills we pop shape how we feel, how we move, and how we age. So here's what I encourage you to do today. Look at your supplement labels. Cut back on high-dose synthetic vitamins. Eat whole foods with anti-inflammatory power, like leafy greens, fatty fish, olive oil, berries, and whole grains. Drink more water. Move your body daily. And let go of the sugary, fried, and processed foods that may be slowly robbing your legs of strength. You deserve to feel stable. You deserve to walk with confidence. You deserve to live a life of movement, not limitation. And it's never too late to take the first step. If this message resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, Senior Fit, for more practical, science-backed tips to help you stay strong, healthy, and independent at every stage of life. Your legs are more than limbs. They are your freedom, your foundation, and your future. Take care of them, and they'll carry you far. So let's take a moment and breathe. What have we really uncovered today? You now know that leg weakness after 60 is not just a normal part of aging. It's a warning, a message from your body that something inside is out of balance. You've learned that some of the foods we reach for out of comfort, like sweets, fried snacks, white bread, processed meats, and canned goods, aren't just empty calories. They're silent thieves, stealing your strength day by day, meal by meal. And you've also discovered a shocking truth, that even vitamins, those tiny pills we take to stay healthy, can do damage if we're not careful. Vitamin A, when taken in excess, builds up silently in the body, triggering muscle inflammation, cramps, and fatigue. Vitamin E, when oversupplemented, interferes with muscle, performance recovery, and even balance. Both are essential in the right amounts. Both become dangerous when taken too far. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. It's about giving you the power to make informed choices that protect your body and your independence. So what now? What should you do if you've seen yourself in this story? Start by taking inventory, not just of your supplements, but of your daily choices. Check the labels on your multivitamin. Look at how much vitamin A and vitamin E you're really getting. Are the doses high? Are they synthetic? Are you doubling up unknowingly with fortified foods or separate pills? If so, pause, reevaluate, and talk to your healthcare provider about what your body actually needs. Then take a walk through your pantry. Are there instant noodles, sugar-loaded cereals, packaged cakes? Are there processed meats or flavored snacks packed with MSG? You don't have to throw everything out today. Just begin. Start replacing the worst offenders with real whole foods. Choose foods that calm inflammation, not fuel it. Foods that build muscle, not break it down. Foods that support circulation, energy, and healing. Because your legs deserve more. They deserve to feel light, strong, capable, and pain-free. Imagine what your days would feel like if you didn't dread the stairs. If you could take a long walk without stopping. If you had the strength to kneel, to stretch, to carry your own groceries again. That's not a dream. That's the life your body wants for you. And it begins with the small choices you make today, tomorrow, and every day after. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Eat with purpose. Move with joy. Supplement with wisdom. And most of all, trust that your body can still change, can still heal, can still grow stronger. Even now, because it can. We see it every day in this community. People over 60, 70, even 80, reversing weakness, regaining strength, rediscovering independence. Not with magic, not with expensive treatments, but with knowledge, intention, and a willingness to try. So, if this message spoke to you, share it. Someone in your life may be wondering why their legs ache, why they feel tired, why they've lost that spring in their step. This video might be the answer they didn't know they needed. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button now here on Senior Fit. We're building a movement one where age is not a sentence but a season. A time to live wisely, move freely, and feel empowered in your own body. Every week, we share tips, stories, and science to help you thrive, not just survive after 60. Because you are not done yet. You are not broken. You are still becoming. Your legs are your freedom. So protect them, fuel them, strengthen them, and walk forward into the next chapter with confidence, with courage, and with care. Thank you for watching.